The university corridors, once full of laughter and random gossip, now echoed with hurried footsteps and whispered formulas. It was finals week, the most terrifying 2 words for students. Books were clutched like lifelines, coffee cups replaced water bottles, and sleep had become a distant memory. Maleeha sat at her usual corner table in the library, surrounded by colorful sticky notes and open registers. She rubbed her tired eyes and sighed deeply. "I swear, if I see one more definition I'll start crying," she muttered. Eshal, sitting opposite her, laughed softly while highlighting a page. "Crying won't help. Panicking won't help. But dua definitely will." Inaiya looked up from her notes, her face half asleep. "Can we make dua that the paper magically becomes easy?" All 3 burst into quiet laughter, earning them a sharp she from the librarian. These 3 had been inseparable since their first semester. Maleeha, the responsible planner who always made study schedules but rarely followed them. Eshal, the calm one, always reminding the others to breathe and trust Allah. And Inaiya, the emotional soul, dramatic about stress but secretly the most hardworking. The pressure of finals. Days blurred into nights. Morning classes, afternoon revisions, late-night group calls. Maleeha would stay up revising past papers, Eshal would send voice notes explaining difficult concepts, and Inaiya would randomly text at 3 a.m. "Guys, what if I fail?" The night before their toughest paper, they gathered in Maleeha's room. Notes were scattered everywhere. The air smelled like instant noodles and coffee. "I can't do this," Inaiya suddenly said, closing her book. "My brain is blank." Maleeha reached for her hand. "You can. We all can." Eshal stood up and said softly, "Let's pray together." They stood shoulder to shoulder, hands raised, hearts trembling yet hopeful. In that moment, the fear felt lighter. Not gone but manageable. Exam day. The exam hall was silent except for the scratching of pens and the ticking clock. Maleeha's heart pounded as she flipped the paper. Her eyes widened. "This isn't that bad," she thought. Across the hall, Eshal smiled slightly as she began writing. Inaiya whispered Bismillah under her breath and focused with determination. 2 hours later, they walked out together, sunlight hitting their tired faces. "How was it?" Inaiya asked nervously. Maleeha grinned. "Surprisingly okay." Eshal nodded. "Alhamdulillah." Inaiya's eyes filled with relief. "I think I did it." They hugged right there in the corridor, ignoring the stairs. It wasn't just an exam, they had survived something together. The end of exams. The last paper ended with cheers, claps, and sighs of freedom. Students poured out of the hall like prisoners released after years. "We're free!" Inaiya shouted, spinning around. Maleeha laughed. "I'm sleeping for 2 days straight." Eshal checked her phone and smiled. And after that, Eid Milan Party. Both girls froze. What?" Maleeha said. "The department announced it," Eshal explained. "Eid Milan Party this Friday, food, music, decorations. Everything." Inaiya gasped dramatically. After all this stress, Allah really spoils us. Getting ready for Eid Milan. Friday arrived with excitement buzzing in the air. The campus was transformed, fairy lights, colorful dupattas, balloons, and mendi stalls. The scent of biryani and kebabs floated everywhere. Maleeha wore a soft pastel outfit, simple but elegant. Eshal chose a classic look, grace in every step. Inaiya arrived last, glowing in bright colors, bangles clinking as she walked. "You look stunning," Maleeha said honestly. Inaiya flipped her hair. Obviously. They took pictures near the decorated stage, laughing at awkward poses and retaking photos endlessly. Laughter, food, and memories. Music played softly in the background as students chatted, danced, and enjoyed food. Maleeha took a bite of biryani and closed her eyes. "This tastes like victory," Eshal smiled. "Everything tastes better after finals." Inaiya looked around, suddenly emotional. "You know? A week ago we were crying over notes, and now this." Maleeha nodded. "Life moves fast. They joined a small group dance, clapping and laughing without worrying about anything. No deadlines. No exams, just joy. Later, as the sun began to set, they sat on the grass with plates in their hands. I'm scared of results, Inaiya admitted quietly. Eshal replied gently, we did our best. Allah handles the rest. Maleeha looked at both of them. No matter what happens, I'm grateful. For these moments, for you too. A promise beyond papers. The lights turned golden as the adhan echoed faintly from a nearby mosque. The music stopped for a moment and everything felt peaceful. This is my favorite part, Eshal whispered. When the world pauses, Maleeha smiled. Final papers ended. Eid celebrated. Memories made. Inaiya wiped a tear and laughed. Why am I emotional again? Because deep down, they all knew these moments would one day become stories they'd tell with a smile. University wouldn't last forever, but friendships like theirs, those were timeless. As they stood up to leave, Maleeha said, promise me one thing. What? Both asked. No matter where life takes us. We meet every Eid. Eshal placed her hand on Maleeha's. Promise. Inaiya added hers on top. Always. Under the glowing lights of the Eid Milan Party, with hearts full and stress finally behind them, three friends walked forward toward the future together.